bride is on dialysis and needs a kidney, but Canadian immigration says she must go back to Indonesia. It's a story of romance, tragedy, and hope for a happy ending.
I got so scared.
They're still in the honeymoon phase and already at risk of being torn apart. Endang and Patrick McQuary live in Kelowna now, but they met overseas in the summer of 2015.
I was traveling in Taiwan, and I was just out exploring the city, and she was in the park with a group of her friends, and she waved me over.
This is when we first met in Taiwan.
After a summer romance, the pair stayed in touch. By Christmas, Patrick headed to Indonesia to meet his girlfriend's family, with plans of bringing her back to Canada. But suddenly they both fell ill, with symptoms similar to food poisoning.
I got better, but Endang got worse, and she ended up being hospitalized.
After a week in the hospital, Endang felt well enough to travel. But when she arrived in Canada, she got sick again and was diagnosed with kidney failure. She began dialysis 3 times a week.
We didn't have insurance, and she was only here on a visitor's visa, but we knew we wanted to be together. So we started planning for the wedding, and we got married.
That's our wedding.
With medical bills piling up, the couple applied for a spousal sponsorship. While waiting for an answer, Endang's visa ran out. 6 months later, the government seized her passport, her residency denied for overstaying her visa and for being sick.
We just want to see her stay here, and her hope of getting a transplant is in Canada here.
Endang can't afford dialysis in Indonesia, and their people without money are simply turned away. Kidney transplants are rarely done, and surgery costs are out of pocket. Endang and Patrick are appealing the Canadian government's decision to deport her on compassionate grounds.
We have to explain what risks Endang would face if she was to be removed from Canada, and how that would be a danger to her life.
The couple has secured a lawyer willing to work with them for free, and they're holding on to hope that Endang will be allowed to stay.
For the first time in a decade, electricity use in parts of BC actually went up during Earth Hour this year. Cities around the world, including Vancouver, were encouraged to power down for an hour last night, turning off unnecessary lights and appliances as part of climate change awareness. But on the Lower Mainland and Vancouver Island,